Hello everybody, welcome back to another video at Rule 1 Model Railways. Today we've received a special package from DCC Train Automation. I've received the DR4018, that's the accessory decoder unit, and with this unit I have 8 of these to wire in a special all-in-one price. They do a discount. I have the MTB 1 point motors. Stay tuned for more. So, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining us. So, James Hudson at DCC Train Automation sent to me, and we received today, the DR4018 accessory decoder. This has 8 outputs for 8 of the MTB1 point motors. MP1, apologies, from MTB. Now I've had a go at the first one. This is how they're set up. As you can see, you've got a slider at the top, so it'll be up that way underneath your layout. It would slide the points across left to right. They're servo motors, basically. They've got like a mechanical motor inside. You have power and you have polarity, so you can actually control your frogs off of these as well. So there's no need for any additional switches for electrofrog or unifrog points from Pico. I think the beauty of these, which I've looked at, is the fact of the ease of installation. As you can see here, there are sliders where you screw them in, and then the actual bar itself can be slid from left to right. So in effect, you have full 360 degree of adjustment of the bar. So no matter how you install these, if it's slightly off, you can adjust for that using the screws and the adjustments provided, which I think will make these very easy to use. Now, we'll just take one for now, move them out of the way. Comes like this, set for 00 gauge or usage, which is fine, but we're using it for N. And you can adjust the amount of travel that the motor does according to the size of points that you have. So there are 3, 6 and 9mm adjustments, so the amount of travel this slider will do. And for N gauge we want to use 3. 6 is for 00, 9 for O gauge. To adjust the travel, we open up the back of the unit, like so. Being sure to keep the screws safe as they're absolutely tiny. And then this back peels off, and it must go this way up and over. As you can see there, we now have the unit open. Showing you inside the unit, this gives you an idea of how it all works. You can see the motor and a camshaft which will turn the wheel above. Now, there are 3 holes on top of that camshaft, which has just lovingly fell out. There you go. As you can see there, and we must put, as per the instructions, as you can see right here, where they go for the different distance of travels. So I'm actually using a pair of cutters to get that pin out because it's so small I can't get the long nose pliers on it. And the adjustment for us is this hole here. It should be in for the N gauge. So we're going to take out that pin. And we're going to put it in the 3, sorry. So that's that one there. Give it a push. It's nice and firm. Now, on the bottom of this, the slider, you'll notice there is an actual slider in the slider. You need to line that up with this pin, like so. That is now where it's supposed to be. To replace the top of the unit, you need to line up these These are little guide markers, and these little dots here, the bits that are cut out, go on the dots, the bits that are pointing out from the bottom of the motor itself. I didn't find this so easy actually, but hopefully you can see how it's done. That one went in a lot easier than the first one, so it must have been bad luck on the first one. Whoopsie daisy. And also make sure that the slider's in the guidelines as well. There we go. So it's actually got to be in the channel. And we'll try screwing that back up. There we go. That's that. It's all adjusted now for N-gauge. So if we take a close look at the instructions, these are what I provided. It shows you the circuit that's required to make it work. So on the top, if I can point correctly there, you can see there's a wire coming in and a wire coming in on that side and a return there from the middle. So you have your power to make the motor slide one way, your power to make the motor slide the other way, and the return wire to complete the circuit. And that corresponds to the three outputs you have on your DR4018. So you have 1 to make the motor go one way, C for return, and 2 to make the motor go the other way. And that's all there is to it. It's just 3 wires from this directly to the point motor itself. We just need to program the DR4018 to work that way. So to program the DR4018, we are going to program on the main. So what I've actually done, I disconnected my track bus and I put on, as you can see there, my DR4018 to the system. I've daisy chained the signal from the power and we're going to program it. So what I've done, I've hit the program button. So you hit that, the red light comes on. And to program for MTB MP1 point motors, we need to change CV number 47 to a value of 6. To program this specific decoder, the address is 4 nines. And then we're going to write that to the unit, just like that. And that's done. Now, the system will recognize that it's attached to point motors with servos, and it will change them accordingly. Now, to program the DR4018, we need to go into the train control settings here. Not the throttle, we're going to go to the switchboard. Turn out address. I want mine to start on number 38. There we go. So that's now brought 38 here. And if I hit 38 while the red button's on, the program button, it will address the very first output as 38. So if I go ahead and click that, you can see now the red button's gone out and it has accepted the address of 38. That means all the sequential outputs on the unit, the next 8, are now labelled 38 to 45. So when I install my point motors on the unit, I must make sure that any software I'm using the accessory decoder numbers 38 to 45 to control this unit and its outputs. I'm going to go wire that in now. So here's the yard completed. As you can see, trains are now running. So it comes out of the shunt from the siding there into this one. And whilst it's there, this point should change.